All right, let's talk about probably the most famous equation in the entire world. We're going to decode it, E equals mc². But see, it's so much more than just a symbol of science you see everywhere. It's this profound statement about how our universe actually works. And we're going to break it down in a way that actually makes sense. I mean, you've seen it everywhere, right? On t-shirts, in movies. It's kind of the universal symbol for genius. But what is it actually telling us? Let's just forget all the complicated physics for a minute. Because at its heart, this little equation reveals a simple, almost magical truth about the world you see every single day. So how do we crack this thing? Well, the secret to understanding this giant idea doesn't start in some high-tech lab with particle accelerators. Nope, it starts with something you can find in your own kitchen freezer. We're going to use a really simple analogy. Okay, think about it like this. We all get that ice and water are basically the same stuff, right? H2O. One's solid, one's liquid, but deep down, the underlying substance is identical. While E equals mc² tells us that the exact same relationship exists between mass, the stuff that makes up everything, and energy. They aren't two different things. They're just two different forms of the same fundamental thing. And that right there has a fancy name, mass-energy equivalence. So the most important thing to get is this. Mass isn't just something that has energy. Mass is energy. It's just a different form. You can turn ice into water, and you can turn mass into energy. And that simple idea, it has some absolutely staggering implications. So if all the mass around us is just a form of really, really tightly packed energy, what does that actually mean for the world? Let's explore that with a new metaphor. This is where it gets really cool. Start thinking of every single physical object, not as some solid, boring thing, but as a tiny, fully charged battery. Every single one is holding a huge amount of potential energy, just kind of waiting for the right conditions to let it all out. And seriously, I mean everything. The desk you might be sitting at right now, it's a battery. That coffee cup next to you? Battery. Your phone? A massive battery. Even the very air molecules you're breathing in and out. According to this principle, they are all just these incredibly dense little reservoirs of stored up energy. But, okay, how much energy are we really talking about here? It's easy to throw around words like a vast amount, but that feels kind of abstract, right? To truly get a feel for the power locked inside everyday matter, we're going to do a little thought experiment. Let's make this real. And we're not going to pick something crazy, like a chunk of uranium or a piece of the sun. No, we're going to pick something you could find in pretty much any office drawer. Something incredibly simple, incredibly mundane. That's it. Just one standard metal paperclip. Seems pretty powerless, doesn't it? Well, let's see what happens when we plug it into Einstein's famous formula. So here's the setup. Imagine we have some kind of magical machine that can take every single atom of this paperclip, all of its mass, and just, poof, convert it perfectly into pure energy with nothing left over. We're using E equals mc² to do the conversion. So, what do you think? Take a guess. Seriously, enough energy to light a light bulb for a day? Enough to power a car for a mile? The answer is what shows us why this equation is so unbelievably important. Get this, it's enough energy to power a small city. And no, that is not an exaggeration. The energy contained within the mass of that one tiny paperclip is absolutely immense. The secret is right there in the formula. The mass, m, gets multiplied by c². And since c, the speed of light, is already a ridiculously huge number, when you square it, you get a multiplier that's just, well, it's almost impossible to wrap your head around. Okay, so let's just bring this all together. We started with an equation on a t-shirt, and we ended with a paperclip that holds the power of a city. This isn't just a piece of trivia. It's a fundamental shift in how we see reality itself. So the crucial point to take away from all this is pretty simple. 1, mass is just energy in a super, super condensed state. 2, this means every single object, no matter how small or ordinary, is a deep well of potential power. And 3, E equals mc² isn't just a random jumble of letters, it is the precise recipe that connects one to the other. So the next time you look around you, just remember this. The chair you're sitting on, the ground beneath your feet, it's not just passive stuff. It's dormant power. The universe isn't just a collection of objects, but a vast landscape of incredible untapped potential. Which, it leaves us with one last really fascinating question. If a simple paperclip holds this much power, what other profound secrets are just hiding in plain sight, waiting for the right equation to come along and unlock them?
Hey y'all, I hope this helped you understand this stuff a little better. Let me know in the comments, and let me know if there is a topic you are curious about. Maybe I can help. You can also check out these 2 videos. Hope they help you. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hype this video. Always appreciate y'all, and thanks for stopping by the Stoop. God bless always.